So, good morning to all the students right now. So, today we are going to start our course that is a CS 3001 Database Management System. And please keep in mind while learning anything, you must be known to about your title. If you don't know your title, then how you will understand the other content or sub-content or subtopic or topic under your important title that is a database management system. Under this point, what we have a small topic that is the introduction to database system. You can see over here, I have not written the database management system. I have written the database system. Okay. So my all the details are available over here. Whenever you have any problems, you just can drop the message on these two important IDs or one contact number. So you can. Okay, you can utilize any one of the communication media. So from this point, let us understand the thing what we have to do. The general information I'm passing over here, each student has to take class on time. Okay, so this is mandatory for counting your attendance purpose. Next, in between, you can ask any question, but the question you are asking that should be relevant to the topic. So do not ask any unnecessary or meaningless question. Okay, so the question, whatever question you are asking, that should be relevant to your topic. Notes and other study material will be provided or will be shared by me on the Google Classroom, what I have. So don't think about the notes and don't think about the other things, just focus on the concept. And internal assessment definitely will be conducted during this semester, interim semester, of course, by the quizzes, attachment, lab, viva, tutorial, and other activity. If I need, then I will conduct. And you, each and every student are required to participate. If you are not participating, you are losing your marks. You will be so responsible. This is the first time and last time I am speaking to all the students. Now, this is the LTP course. This is the 4 credit course. So practical will be conducted after the learning the concept. What is mean by this one? This statement is saying to all after understanding the some concept and if it is required to implement on the system or any tool, so I will implement. So before starting the anything, just let me clarify to all the right now. I taught previously I used MySQL server. So I have installed my laptop, the MySQL server. I will use particular software to demonstrate the practical of the database management system. Don't think about the anything. We will start each and everything from the very beginning part. And you will see each and everything concept properly step by step. So in the my class, theory plus lab will be conducted. Okay. So, but each and every student has to focus on the study. Okay. So now this is general information I'm passing to all the students right now. And you have any doubt, any question you need to ask right now? Is it clear to all? The general information what I'm going to say. Yes, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
my slide will help you to understand the concept properly, and this slide will be shared to you all. If I'm moving to the next slide, this is saying to us, this is our first class, so we must be aware about the prerequisites part. So in the prerequisite parts, it's saying to us, we must have just little bit idea about the data structure. Why data structure and algorithm will require to understand the database management system? Can anyone tell me why it is required? Why data structure is required to understand the database management system? Can anyone tell me? Yes, speak something. If you are speaking wrong, it doesn't mean okay. But you are speaking, that is more important. Yes, tell me right now.
Sir, in database management system, we will learn about the like how to put our data in an order or in a proper structure. So that's why I think that data structure will be important to learn.
Okay, so without knowing the data structure, without knowing the representation of the data, you are creating the data in the database management system. So that is the point. So you must have some idea, but practically, very frankly speaking, right now, and from the very beginning class, I'm speaking right now. Data structure is basically concept or method which is used by the operating system or software. So we will use the MySQL which is already a software. So we don't know what kind of data structure which is used by the particular software or operating system. So we don't know. So it is internal process, but we must be aware about the data structure concept. See, this is the primary concept we have to keep in mind. If we don't know a data structure and the stack, queue, linked list, and various kind of the flavor of the data structure, then how you will able to understand the database management system? Why I'm speaking right now? Because in the database management system, there is some method which is known as the B plus tree. So B plus tree is part of the our data structure where we have seen, if you remember, I don't know about you, but if you remember, B plus T is an example of the tree data structure. So same thing that is also to be applicable into our database management system, and that is known as the advanced database management system data structure. So, but in our syllabus, we will see fundamental part, and if time permits, then we will touch some advanced part. Okay, so that is the point. So, concept should be clear to all while learning the any topic or learning the any concept. Here I have written the some terms, that is a MySQL, MongoDB, MS Access. So all these are the various example of the database management system. Okay, so this point you have to keep in mind. So MySQL, okay, MXSS, MongoDB. Now Python is Python itself is a programming language and which is much compatible to the database, and that is what MongoDB. MySQL itself is a broadly compatible to most of the applications. So we have the MySQL. So I always like to use the MySQL. Reason is clear. Let me clear to all right now, because in any industry you are looking for database development. So MySQL, Oracle, these are the standard or high standard applications are required to store the information, because it provides various or many features. So instead of the MyAccess, if I'm using any other tool, but I'm not following the many features. Why? Because security and other important features are much applicable. So that is the reason MySQL I will use. Now, is it clear to all right now? What I'm speaking? Just tell me any doubt if you are having. Say yes or no, because I'm just covering the step-by-step concept. I've not started the any topic, but I'm telling to all right now what we will see. Yes, tell me any doubt so far you have. I have not started a database management system. I'm just clarifying to all the students. I have not started so far the database management system, but before that, what is the foundation? That is the point. Yes, tell me right now. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the my just instructions I'm passing to all. Please, if you have doubt, then you can ask during the class time. It is better because other student can clear their doubt in detail way properly. So that is the reason. I'm not promising to all the students right now, but in my class, I will touch some numerical based on the GATE examination. So I hope this is a more important point. So okay, so during my class time, I will touch some important part of the GATE pattern based question on the numerical. So after understanding the prerequisites part, yeah, yes, tell me, please, yes, tell me.
Sir, I have not studied data structure and algorithms. In this semester I have taken, so I can
No,
understand
no,
or
no,
not.
no, no problem. You will able to understand the all the concept of database management system. It is my promise. I'm not taking the guarantee, but it's my promise.
Okay, sir.
Why I'm saying, because I will use my pattern to teach the concept. If you don't know anything about anything in any topic, don't worry. But I will touch the important part where student will able to understand. That is my point. This is my promise. Okay. I'm not saying it is guarantee, because why I'm not saying guarantee, because if you are not studying and then you are saying, sir, you said there will be guarantee. So guarantee I can't take, but it my promise I will teach like the way where you can understand the concept properly with practical as well. That is my, this is my promise, and this is my words what I'm speaking, and I always follow my words. And your senior students and some of the students, their friend knows this part. Okay, so if I'm speaking something and it would be my promise, then I will do this activity. If I said the student, if I'm saying to the student, I will implement this concept, so I will implement. That is my promise. If I said, if I said this to be happen and that is to be happen, so it would be happen 100%. Okay, so don't worry about this part. So if you don't know about it in detail structure algorithm, don't worry. Okay, now happy. Okay, so any other student, any other student who need to ask any question? Okay, should we continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so course objective of this syllabus would be the advantage of the using the database management system rather than the file system. So now here we have the big X question. What do you mean by the file system and what do you mean by the database system? So in the C programming, how many students have created the or designed the program based on the file system? How many students have designed the information or designed the program based on the file handling? How many students? File handling you have studied in the C and C++ or Java? Have you studied?
Yes, sir. C++.
In the C++, those students who have studied the file system, file handling programming C++, so ultimate what they are doing with help of the C and C++ programming, they are storing some information on the file, and that file is what? That file is what actually? That file could be your textual data. So in the textual data, you are trying to store some information. So ultimately, in the database management system, we have in the thing in our mind in the database management system we have to store something, we have to store some data, and how those data will be manipulated and how those data will be managed, and that is the study of the database management system. So from this statement what we are gaining, what we are understanding, in the database management system we will understand how to use data and how to store the data, okay, and how to manage the data. So these are the 4 to 5 question or 3 to 4 questions we have to keep in mind under the database management system concept or topic or subject. But in the case of the file system is saying to us what kind of the file handling process you are using to manage your file. So by default, operating system has own file system. If you remember the NTFS, okay, new technology file system, FAT, file allocation table. So these are the methods which are used by the operating system to manage the file. And if I'm using or if I'm handling the file by using the C++ programming, so this is what? This is again another approach. So, but we are not following the database method, or we are not using database concept by using the C and C programming. We are just using the traditional file system. That is the point. So, advantage of using DBMS rather than the file system, we will see. Now, is it clear? This course objective is clear?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, student, please listen. I will explain each and every concept properly. Whenever you have a doubt, so please you can ask. So designing an entity relationship model for the real life application. So this is my interesting statement actually. Why? So before writing the program, what the approach you will use? Can anyone tell me before writing the program, what would be the first steps? Can anyone tell me? Yes, tell me.
Header file should be written first.
Good. Okay, this point is clear. Now, no, you are on the wrong track. Very frankly speaking, you should be take care of yourself, your study. That is necessary. Can anyone tell me in proper way what is necessary step to solve any problem in C or C plus any programming language? Can anyone tell me?
Right.
Sir, we will draw the flow chart first, then we
Yeah,
will
good, super. Yeah, super. You are on the right track. First, we have to draw the flow chart. And what is the flow chart? So, my dear, you're on the just one step ahead, but we have to back the one step ahead to solve the problem. The first step is to understand the problem. If you are not understanding the problem, let me clear, if you are not understanding the problem, then how you will use the or how you will design the appropriate solution. So for designing the solution, you will require to understand the problem. And after understanding the problem, what you will do? You will design some solution. And after choosing the best solution or optimum solution, you will design the flowchart or you will draw the flowchart. Why flowchart? Because the solution representation we are giving by the graphical way. And this is the definition of the flowchart. Flowchart is the graphical representation of the R solution of the problem. There is an exact statement of the defining the flowchart. That is my point. So in the case of the database management system, if we have a problem and after understanding the problem, if we have the graphical solution to represent our database, then we have a model, and that model is known as the ER model. That is the entity relationship model. Okay, so this is the point. Now this statement is clear. So designing an entity relationship model for a real life application. I always like to choose a real life problem, just like a student database. So student database, what are the things we have to take care? Student name, his or her enrollment number, date of birth, gender, address, and city, and so many attributes I have to use to design the particular database. Okay, so that is the point. And if I'm representing all the things by the graphical way, so what I have entity relationship model. Okay, just tell me, am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any other student, please, you can ask me right now if you have any doubt. So designing entity relationship model is what? That is the solution of our designing the database management system. So in the system, we are designing. System can understand. But for a project, as a project manager or for as a system analysis, if I need to explain the concept in generalized way, some graphical model is required. That is the name over here, entity relationship model. Okay, so don't think about the concept in detail right now. We will see this concept with the help of the entire unit. Okay. So this second objective is clear to all right now. Tell me, the second objective is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please, if you haven't also, you can ask me. Now, third point is very simple concept, simple objective is saying to us, mapping a database schema from the ER model. Now, question we have in our minds are what is a database schema? Can anyone tell me what is a database schema? The answer is hidden into the statement of words. Can anyone tell me what is mean by the schema? What do you mean by the schema?
Design.
Yeah, good. Design the structure. So what is the structure we are using? Okay, just let me explain. Let me choose your, suppose I'm using database right now. The student database I'm using. Okay. So you can unmute and just tell me one moment what are the various attributes a student database can have. Can anyone tell me? Just please tell me. First one.
Name, registration.
Just one by one. I am writing over here. Name. Next, I'm writing.
Registration number.
Okay, that is I can write over here the enrollment number. Okay.
Gender.
Yeah, gender I can take so without any note. So I'm writing in gender. The address is important. Right?
Number.
Yeah, contact number of course. So fourth one I'm
Email
taking.
ID.
So there are lots of the features or lots of the attributes we can use to represent our database for the student database. So okay, I'm just writing only the contact number. So these are the sufficient for understanding purpose only right now. Contact number. Okay, I'm writing simple. So what do we have? The point we have to keep in mapping. Mapping means what we have decided this feature should be used in our database, and if we are using or if we are translating or transforming the database into the ER model or vice versa, then the information should not be lost. Okay, so information now we are not losing any information. So what we are mapping properly our database structure from the ER model. So first we will design the ER model, then we will design the database on the system. So just like example of before solving any problem on the computer, because we are not champion or master of any programming, but solving any problem, first we have to understand the problem and design the solution and represent the graphical way. That is the flow chart. So mapping from the ER model to represent the database schema is necessary. Okay, so that is the point. And what is the ER model? Don't worry, I will tell you in the coming days. Yes, tell me right now. This that is point. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir, can you repeat it once again, the third point?
Yes, of course, of course, of course. Suppose we have a problem P. In this problem P, we have a solution 1. Okay. In the problem P, we have the solution 2. And at the problem C, problem P, we have the solution 3. Just like example, if you are solving any problem, so there could be many solutions. There's no guarantee, but there could be many solutions. So you will choose the one solution that is the best solution, and that is known as the optimum solution. And that is the concept I'm speaking. You last 4 to 5 statements belong to the data set. Because there are lots of the facilities are available to solve any problem by using data structure, but which data structure you are using to solve problem, that part you have to understand to the data structure. So in P is our problem. Okay, so P is either a problem right now. I can say simple. There are lots of the problem in this world. So I'm picking only the one problem, that is PI. So S1, S2, S3, these are the 3 different solutions to solve our problem PI. And in this problem, how to judge which solution is better? Can anyone tell me right now how to decide which solution is better? Can anyone tell me?
Sir, which gives the effective answer?
So what are the parameters you will use? Can you speak if you are remembering? Just you can speak generalizely.
Space complexity and time complexity.
Yeah, okay, good, super. Those students who are familiar with the data structure in detailed way, they know there are lots of the solution are available for solving a problem. But we will use some parameter to justify that this solution is better. Okay, why? See, my dear, I'm taking real example. Suppose I need to move from Delhi to Hyderabad. So there are lots of the transportation facility will be available just by the flight, by the train, or by the bus. By the bus, I will not use because it will take much time. By the flight, by the train, I can go. Okay. So if I need to go on the same day, and I need to come back from the Hyderabad to Delhi same day. So flight is better option because we are saving the time. Okay, money is in cost, definitely cost will be high, but we are saving the time. So that is a point. Cost will be high, but time is an important factor which is required to solve our problem. That is the point. So we have to compensate the cost at a time. That is necessary. So from this point, S1, S2, S3, there are 3 different solutions, could be many solutions, but we are choosing the only one solution. Why? Because among of these 3 solutions, one solution will keep minimum time complexity and space complexity. Yes, you are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you are getting any my point, what I'm speaking. So we are relating the data structure concept into over here. So okay, so those who are not familiar with data structure, don't worry. But I'm speaking the example, I'm taking simple example, just like the Hyderabad to Delhi or Delhi to Hyderabad. Okay. So this is the real life example I will like to use to explain the my concept. Okay. If I'm teaching the data structure, operating system, or any subject, I will like to use real life applications example. So if I'm choosing the S2 solution, this is the my best solution. So this solution can be represented by the graphical way. Graphical way I can represent what is the thing we have. What is the thing we have? We have
ER model.
flow chart. Flow chart. So with the help of the flow chart, you can solve the problem. Solve the problem means you can represent the solution of the problem. Same thing, ER model is a graphical representation of our database schema. So here database schema can be identified by as a our one solution. Okay, one solution that is the S2, and ER model will be our just like a flowchart. So you can use like this. Okay, so that is the point. Now these 3 points are clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if we're talking about the fourth one, that is a necessary evaluating the relational schema for designing qualities. So what I'm using this statement, why I'm using this statement? Because quality is necessary part. Just like example, if I need to save time, so I need to compensate with the cost as well, but I'm saving my time. So that is the point. So from this point, time to time, we have to evaluate, are we doing the better way or not? So just like example, you are solving any problem, you can solve. Can anyone tell me right now which solution is better? A is equal to 10 and B equal to 20. I'm doing A equal to A plus B. And second option I can take C equal to A plus B. Can you tell me right now which solution is better? Yes. Can you tell me which solution is better? You need to add two numbers and you are choosing the two different solutions, A equal to A plus B and C equal to A plus B.
So C equal to A plus B.
Okay, so you are using the three different variables C, A, B. Okay, A, B, C. But in the A and A plus B, we are using two variables A and B. So ultimately, we are saving the memory over here, my dear. So for C computation, again, some memory is required and it will take little bit some more time than the A equal to A plus B. That is the reason. So what we are looking for in our system, it is totally different because we have to keep in mind properly what we are going to right direction. So evaluating the relational schema for design quality, we have to check by some methods. So that part we will see. There's a course objectives. So we are not aware about all these course objective points and how we can learn the thing. That is my point. Okay. So is it clear to all right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm
Clear.
just I'm marking this point over here and I will share this PPT to go for it. Now, next one I'm choosing the optimize query. So optimize query is saying to us how to optimize the query in better way. Why? Because the query can be given by the various ways, but is your query is applicable or not? Just like example I am taking on the Google. So Google itself is a best computation system organization where we can get the information within the couple of the seconds, probably less than the second, not couple of seconds, less than the second. You are typing something, just to download the notes on the database management system. Just listen this statement properly. Download the notes on the database management system. You have to type this statement on the Google. Okay, so Google search engine. You can type this statement like this one, database management system notes. Just so you will see the rank wise page are coming, may equal but or maybe different. So your query, what you have typed, there's a question you have typed that is to be optimized. What the user wants. So optimization query is more important. Okay, so that is the point. The query is about the search and query means question. Okay, so what we are expecting. Now, is it clear? Is it clear? Optimize the query means what is the way you are asking to the system and you will get the same result. Okay, that is my just simple example. I can take example. I need to find the name of those students who belong to the A, initial letter A. So I will see the result of those students who belong to the Akhil, Anil, Amitabh, Ashish, just like this. But I just need to see only those students who belong to the Anil. So what I will see type, I need to see the only those students who belong to the Anil. So that is my query filtration, and that is also part of the optimizing query. Is it clear? The fundamental part is required. Is it clear to all right now?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Yeah, any doubt so far? The five these important course objective. You have any doubts? So please you can ask me.
So can you repeat, sir?
Yes. Suppose you are sitting in a room where the 60 students are available. Some students belong to the initial letter, they belong to the A, B, C, and so on. So if I'm calling the name of the student who belong to the A and B, A or B, they can stand up. So hardly out of 60, 20 students are stand up and they're calling, sir, my initial letter name is A, my name initial letter is B. So some students belong to the Babita, Babali, Anil. Okay, so it's like this one, Abita, okay, Ammani, just could be anything. But I just need to filter out the name of those students who belong to the only the Anil. So only the two students are standing. Why? Because I filtered out my question. So that is my point. So optimized query will be done on your passing parameter. What you are passing based on your question, based on point, the query will be executed. Optimized query means query after all query will be executed. So that is the point. So query execution will be done on the optimization process. Now, search engine optimization. We say Google is the best SEO. Why search engine optimization? Because it gives a result in minimum. It will take some less time or less than the 1 second. You will get the result, and it optimizes the result in better way. That is the reason the best SEO search engine optimization we have into the era Google. That is the reason. Okay, so this is the point. Is it clear to all right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the transaction and processing concurrence control, I will explain these three different course objectives when we will see the concept. Because here I will explain with some real example, then you will forget while learning the transaction concurrency control in detail. So the fundamental part we have to take care with the help of the 5 course objectives only, and advanced course of all advanced database management system we will see by the help of these course objectives. Okay. So, any doubt so far in these 5 different course objectives? Just tell me right now. Any doubt? Yes, tell me. Yes, student, tell me any doubt you are having. So please tell me. Or should I move to the continue? Next slide.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So course objective, this is a different way I've explained. So same. Say, I didn't tell to my all of my your superior student or senior students. I told to at the time those students don't think about the other way. Just think what I'm speaking and what I'm teaching. That is important. Okay. So this is the. So this slide is also kept over here. This is an example as I told you, but I have already explained the simple concept with the help of the this way. This is the example you will able to see. This is the graphical representation of our ER model, just student, which is having by the registration number, name, address, date of birth, date of joining, could be. And faculty is another database, and this faculty is also having their faculty ID, name, date of joining. Okay, employee ID could be name, and so many details, address, and there will be some relationship between these two entities. So all these concepts we will see into the ER model. Same example I have taken over here, the add two numbers, so equal to 10, B equal to 20. So what does it mean? Which solution you are opting, equal to A plus B or equal to A plus B? So you will choose the A equal to A plus B because we are saving the memory. So in computer system, we will see, okay, there will be no problem after choosing the C equal to A plus B. Simple. Small 10 line of the byte will taken by. But in the computation, it is a necessary concept because we are looking for the better part. So this concept is saying to us, if you are looking for the data structure in simple way, then we will understand the database management system in simple way as well. If you're looking for the data structure in hard way, so database management system will also look for as a hard way. So don't think about the anything. Just focus on the concept what I'm speaking. Okay. So I'm need to explain over here. Yeah, expected output is important thing we have to say. because expected output is required after learning the course objectives, what we have to learn. So here we have the various job opportunities, just like the database administration. So DB itself is the biggest opportunity. Just it could be senior than the software developer, programmer developer. So DB is also a higher required post in nowadays, and it is highly opportunities where we can say what would be the role in the organization while learning the database management system. So role of the database management system in any organization is an important point. So expected outcomes, first point I have written over here, and second point is saying to us to describe the structure of the operation of the relational model, relational. So if I'm able to see your marks, if I'm able to check your attendance, okay, if I'm able to check your other previous grade history, so how it is possible? Because there's a mapping between your marks and my ID. So what is this? A relationship between the your personal database and my database. Okay, so that is the point. So this database also known as relation. Don't worry, I will explain in detail. A relational database is saying to a simple way, there will be relationship between the two database or two entity or two table. Okay, so that is the point. If you are not having any relationship, then you don't know me, and I don't know you. So what is the relationship parameter we have? So if I'm teaching this course, so this course title CS3001 database management system is a relationship name on which we are making the communication. So you and I can communicate based on the some relationship name, that is a subject title, subject course. This is the point where we can communicate. Okay, so this is the point. And construct a database queries using the SQL. So SQL itself is a concept, a method actually. So a structured query language basically is not a programming language. It is a non-programming language. So with help of the non-programming language, we will write some query, we will write some statement to see the result, what would be the result. So just like example, I need to check only those students who belong to the Bhopal city. So out of the 1,000 students, I am able to see only the 300 students belong to the Bhopal city. So what is this? This is my query. Okay, just like I'm taking real example. Suppose you want to visit any station, bus stand or railway station you are visiting. So you will ask a query to anyone when the next train will come. So this is what when the next train will come. It means after the few couple of seconds or a few couple of the minutes, next time will be arriving on the platform. So you will ask this question. So you are asking this question itself is a query. Okay, and there is a point you have seen in real life situation. Ask your query or drop your query something. So it means you are asking something. In the bus stand, you will see when will be the next bus for the Delhi city. Okay, so this is what is the query. So on the right place, you are asking the right query. So this is a better way for understanding the concept, that is a database management system. Okay, so structured query language means a language which is not a programming language, but it is used to ask some statement, and that is known as a query, and it has own structure. Why it is so? Why it is known as a structure? Because just like a simple example, if I'm making statement in English language, so there is some grammar, there is some rules. Same thing, there would be some structure to ask your query. There will be some statement that will be followed by the our language, non-programming language, that is a structured query language. So structured query language itself is a non-programming language by which we will ask something from the our stored information, that is the database, to get the filtered information or to get all the details. Okay. Suppose under 60 students, I'm asking the student, okay, everyone or all students are having uh, mobile. So each and every student will say yes, yes. So this is common question I'm asking. It means I'm expecting all students are having a mobile phone. Same thing, we can say what we are following. So if I'm asking the question, how many students belong to the particular this city? So this is what this is the I'm following a structure to answer the question. How many? So question this first how many words coming to ask a question? Okay, so this is a question tag I am asking first, and then depend on noun, the pronoun, and so on and so. There will be structure. Same thing in our real life situation and or in the database management system. We have structure for in language. Okay, so that is a matter. But how we will create, how we will structure, there is a format. Okay, so without the format, you can't say this is just like the linear or linked list. Linked list has own structure, node and next node address. So next node address will not come. Okay, so there will be two parts, and first part will be the first part will be the value of the node and the link of the next node. So this is the second part. So same thing, each and everything we are looking for the understanding, but that is to be followed by the format or structure. So that is the name of the structured query language. So you have remembered the SQL, you have remembered the so many words, or you are remembering, I think so, you are remembering some terms SQL. So this SQL means structured query. And designing implementation, it's my promise over the system. I will show my demonstration to understand the everything. So expected outcomes we are looking for. We will understand what is meant by the database management system and what are the various operation and structure of our database we have. We will see one by one, and we will try to understand SQL followed by the practical session as well. Okay, so it's my promise right now. Today I'm saying, so it would be my promise. Okay, so is it clear to all the expected output? What we have to see? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
And of course, yeah, of course, after storing the information to the database, you are expecting your database will be secure. Maybe we don't know. We don't know. There could be any circumstances your database or your information may lost. Suppose your mobile phone. There's no guarantee your mobile phone is safe. By the mobile hacker can steal your information, so you will use some security feature-based application to protect your data. Why? So this is what this is the advanced thing you are applying on your database, and that was our last point. If you remember, we will. This is the part, the backup recovery. Why recovery? My phone is lost, but I need to recover my all the information so I can see. So that is to be done by over here. This is a database. Suppose I'm taking a simple example. I have the 1,000 rupees and I need to deposit 1,000 rupees into my bank more. So there will be 2,000 rupees. But fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know what will happen by the technical issue. I deposit 1,000 rupees. Suddenly power goes. What happened? Suddenly power goes, but 1,000 rupees was deducted from my account. And I lost 1,000 rupees, but my another account was not credited. So what is the problem? So after some time, so maybe the 1 day or within the 24 hours, you will roll back your amount, 1,000 rupees amount in your debited bank account. And this is happening to the real life situation that is known as the IRCTC website while booking the ticket. Suppose ticket was not generated or ticket was not booked. So, but the payment was deducted from your account, so you have lost your amount. No. You have not. You are not losing your amount. You are getting. You will get amount by the sometime that is a rollback. Okay, so this is part of the recovery. Okay, so this is the point. So definitely these are the good examples. Okay, so this is clear to all right now. Yes, tell me. Expected
sir.
outcomes. Expected outcomes are clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, so this is a slide which is saying to us SQL. As I have told you, SQL. SQL means structured query language. So if I need to choose a student name over here, so student database, I'm just using for a temporary purpose for understanding only. Student from the student database, what I'm choosing, I need to choose the name of those student who belong to the XYZ, as I told you a few minutes ago. So there are some clauses, there are some keywords I have to use. Okay, that is a point we have to use, just like select from here. And each and every programming language also having the structure. What is the structure of the C and C programming? can you define the header file after implementing the main function in C or C programming or any in Java programming? Just tell me right now. In Java programming, can we import the libraries after defining the main function? Just tell me. Just tell me. In the Python programming, are you ready to import some libraries? But before that, you are using such libraries now. Is it possible? Is it possible to use any library without importing? Just tell me.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So you can ask any question from the C, C++, Python, and Java. Okay. So I'm much comfortable all these four languages. Don't worry. Okay. So you are using any library. It means what is happening over here, my dear friends, right now. You are using the proper format. First, we have to import, and then we can use its libraries or sub-libraries or the functions or methods. Okay, so that is my point. The same thing in the structure query language, the name gave the structure query language. It has own structure, and that is what select from where. These are the three primary clauses, and these clauses we will see by the practical session. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm saying again and again, don't worry. It means I have the lots of thing in my mind to explain the concept. Okay, so that is the point. But their clause is optional. But I will tell you the practical session, so you will be able to understand what is really happening over here. Okay. So this is the point we have to keep in mind. The expected outcome means expected outcome. Okay, so far any doubt so far you have, please you can ask me right now, or you can just ask me right now before moving to the next part. Yes, tell me. Before moving to next part, you have any doubts, or please you can ask me.
No, sir.
Okay, Divyanshi, do you have any doubt? Divyanshi girl, 19 BCC 10042.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'm moving to the next slide. What are the book references? Yes, this is the big point. I have written over here two books names. These are the mentioned in your syllabus, and these are also available in your libraries, university library. You can see 99% people will like to use the Henry F. Course book. This is the second book. 99 people, 99% students and faculty will like to use for understand the concept, fundamental concept of the database management system by the Henry F. Course book. The full name is not written over here, but I searched out this name, so I am remembering this name since 2005. The NHF means Henry F. Course. Okay. So this is the most important and most readable book for the database management system, that is Henry F. Course. Okay. Second book I am recommending the Navate. You can use for the some ER model. For the ER model, you can use. This is the good for the ER model, and Navate is also good for the ER model. But sorry, Course is also good for the ER model. Navate, most of the people like to use Navate is good for the ER model. There are lots of books. In the 1998, I studied a book on the database management system. I'm talking about the approx. You can consider to 1998 to 2008, 2018, so 20 plus 3, 23 years ago. I read out the book, the CZ date. This is the first edition I read out, which is written by the CZ date. CZ date is the name of the author, and that is the also good book. This is good. This is good only for the SQL. That is a QB. Okay, so a query by example. If you want to learn or write the more and more query, then CSDate is best for the QBE. QB means query by example. So with that example, if you want to learn the query, how to write the query, then CSDate will be better or best. I read out this book, the first edition, 1988. Okay, so but in today's market, you can see this is the seventh edition also. But I also recommended this onto the course book. First, you have to go to the course book and then Navate and then go to the CJ. That is the sequence you have to follow. Else, your study will be base value. Okay, so please avoid the confusion. So please follow the statement. First import, then Navate, and then date. Okay, so this is the sequence you have to follow for understand database management. Now I'm going to start the introduction to database system, and this is the first topic we have to see. So as I told you, in the database management system, how many words we have? 4: data, database, 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 database management system, database management system. So data, then database system, then database management system. So these are the 4 important terms we will see one by one. So here I'm taking the example, and for your explaining purpose, I will tell you with a simple way. I have just different example. I have data. Data is what actually? Data is a raw fact. Data is actually a raw fact. So that is unprocessed, you can say. And after the use of such data, you have to apply some processing, and after the processing, you will have the information. The information, what the information you have, that is known as the information or process data. So information can also be recognized by the process data. But in our database management system, if we have to store some information, then we will use some information that is known as the data. But how we can say this is a data actually? This is a data. So I'm taking a simple example. I'm writing yes. What is this? Can anyone tell me? Yes, tell me, what is this? Yes, tell me, what is this? Can anyone tell me?
Alphabets.
These are the alphabets, and good. But I'm saying this is written the name of the person. Just tell me.
Yes, sir. Abhi.
Yeah, Abhi. And I'm also saying this is the code word, or this is the code of the my password. Can I say?
Yes, sir.
So you can say there are so many things are available. Someone is saying this is the alphabet. Someone is saying is this is the name of the person. Someone is saying this is the passcode or some password that he or she use. Why? Because this is data. We don't know what is this data belong to. Okay, so this is my point. So this is the known as the data, and this is the totally unprocessed.
Understand, sir.
Unprocessed data. Okay, so when you have the data which is unprocessed, then this is the we don't know what is its sense. So from the particular point, we have to represent this is name. So in our information or in our entered pool of the data, if you are representing some chunk of the data with the help of the some name or other way, then we have the processing. It means we are putting some processing. Then we have the name. So after processing, I am saying this is the name of the person. So name of the person means what is defining? It defining the it is a processed information actually, a processed data. This is the point. So in the point we have to keep in mind what is a database. Database means what is the base? What is the base on which you will store the information? Okay, so what is the base you are using to store the information? It means what I have, I'm using the name. Okay, so I'm using the name column. Okay, you can say I'm using the name column to represent my student name, and his or her name is Abhi. So what is the base I'm using? So that is the point. What is the base of my data? Okay, so that is to be used under into the database. Don't worry, I'm just moving to the definition part. So what is the definition? The definition is saying to us is a collection of the related data, and it tells about the metadata. Metadata means the data about the data. I will tell you what is mean by the metadata. So if I'm using the name, so Abhi and name, so there is a relationship between the our title or heading, not title, our heading, that is the name of the person, and the data, that is the Abhi. So there is a relation. Okay, so just please extend this point. So the heading and the data value. So this is the heading value, I can say right in a simple way, and this is the data value. So there is a relationship between these two things. Instead of the name, instead of the Abhi, I am writing the 7,000. Okay. So instead of the Abhi, suppose instead of the Abhi, I am just writing, instead of the Abhi, I am writing suppose 7,000. So is there any relationship between this numeric value and our heading value? Just tell me right now. Is there any relationship between?
No,
No,
sir.
because 7,000, yeah, because 7,000 could be the any amount or any roll number. So from this point, we have to understand the purpose. So database is practically saying to us it is a collection of the related data. Okay, so here how many columns I have? I have the one column. And instead of the one column, I can use the many columns, just like enrollment number, name, age, date of birth, gender, email ID, contact number, and so on. So lots of the things I can use. Okay, so that is the point. So database is basically an important point, and this database is also known as the table. In our database management system, this is also known as the table. Okay, so that is the point. So don't worry, in the next slide you will see. But if I need to manage all these database, and how we are making a proper system, and that is to be identified by a database system. And the system we have, so I'm just simple. See, so this is a data, and this data is required some base. So we have database. Okay, and after this database using concept, and this data base is required some system. So what we have the database system, and that is also known as the DBA sometimes, or but most people are like to use only the database system. So I'm writing over here. And after creating the database system or environment, this is also known as the database environment. Then how to manage? Because management is required. So once a thing is designed, then you are not managing properly, then there will be no sense to keep such information. Just like your mobile, you are using a mobile, but your mobile itself is a system, but you are not managing the system. Then what is happening? What is sense for keeping such mobile? No, that is the point. So database management system is saying to us how we are managing our database system. This is the point. Okay, what I'm speaking over here, all these things are not written to the books. Okay, so these are the things which are done by the practically. Practically, I'm explaining over here the thing in the summarized way. So next point, you can see understand like this definition. So database is what? Database is collection of the related data and metadata. Metadata means data about data. Okay, so metadata means data about data. So from this point, we can say data about data means just like example, I'm saying what is the address? So you will say, sir, address is my data. But in the address we have the lots of the sub parts, just like your city name, your country name, your state name, your pin code, your colony name, okay, your society name, your land number, whatever the point you can use. So land number, society name, or city, country, all these are itself belong to the data. So when we keep the information data about the data, it means we are talking about the metadata, just like the my name, Biren Singh Kushba. So if I'm someone saying, sir, your name is Biren Singh Kushba, so of course my name is Biren Singh Kushba, but my name is also pulling by the metadata. Again, you will say, sir, how you can say? I'm proving right now. Listen, in my name we have the three different sub parts: first name, last name, and middle name. Okay, so when I keep the information about my data, then this is what is the metadata. So when I keeping the information data about data, that is also known as the metadata. Okay, so it also see all these are also having to some structural format. So because we are not beyond, we are not going beyond the all these concepts. So now after understanding this point, if we are trying to understand database system, because in the database we are not dealing with the one data. So in the our VIT Bhopal University, we are not following the student data. We are following the faculty data. We are following the staff data. We are following some hardware materials just like the table, chairs. All these data also they are keeping for maintaining purpose. So that is the point. So if we are all these things we are integrated or we are having in proper way, this is what this is the database system. So just like this example, I'm taking a class. I'm taking my class in a classroom, class number 203. So room itself is a room number is a self is a column name, but which is the name, which is the room number 203. So this is a data already. Okay, so there is a relationship between the data value and heading value. But as a faculty, in which class I'm taking, in which classroom I'm taking my class 203. So there is a relationship between the room and myself. Okay, so that is the point. As a faculty and room, there is a relationship. And same thing with students also. In the 305, a class will be conducted. So who will be there? Of course, students, faculty. So there is a relationship between the students, faculties, and room. So all these are integrated. And this is known as the database system. Okay, so do not think about the mugged up points. Think about the examples. And all things we have to manage by the proper way, some software, some technical terms, some algorithmic way. If you are managing all these things by the algorithmic way, that is known as the database management system. Because we can create the data, we can modify the data. Oh, room number 203, oh, there was a 20 chairs only. Now we have to update our room by the 34 chairs. So we are updating the room size by the putting the keeping the more and more chairs. That is the point. So modification, creation, and there are lots of operations we can apply on our database, and that is to be done by the some software or algorithm, and that is to be done by the database management system. Okay, so now tell me, is it clear to all right now? These important terms, is it clear? Database system, and database management system.
Yes, sir.
Yes, any doubts so far? Please tell me. Yes, tell me. Any doubt? Yes, tell me.
Explain database system and database management system, sir.
Okay, okay. For this one, I'm just adding a new slide over here, and then I can explain. Don't worry. Okay, so you're asking the good question right now. Just let me add one more slide in between our concept, what we are looking for. Yes. After this point, I'm just putting. Yes, this one. Okay, now listen. This is what this is a student. The student is what? This is an entity. Can I? This is an entity. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
A student can have a registration number, name. I'm writing in a single letter for understanding properly. Age, date of birth. So I can write like the DOB. And ADD I'm using for address purpose only and nothing else especially. All these belongs to the students column. But without knowing the column, if I'm writing the 700 and you don't know and you are not much aware about the roll number, name, age, and date of birth. So I'm writing only this data. this is our data. So what is this actually? You will say, sir, this is a 700 rupees. Am I right? You will say, sir, this is 700 rupees. But no. So this value should be mapped with our column or our column heading, you can say. So this is the process data. So this 700 is now becomes a process data. This is now becomes a process data. So this is a data, but now it transforms into the unprocessed to process, and it also having the meaning. So this 700 is not an amount. This is a this is what? This is a roll number. Same. Okay, so X is the name of the person. Age is the, I'm just taking only the 26. Okay, students, I'm not belong to 26. Okay. Date of birth, I'm just taking the suppose 80, 1990, 80. Again, I'm speaking very truly right now. I am not belong to the 9080. I'm not my tutor. An address, I'm just taking the BPL. BPL stands for the Bhopal. Okay. So all these information we have. So this is what this is a student. Same thing I can take the faculty. The faculty is also having the some information. So this is just like the employee ID. Okay, definitely faculty itself is a person, so they belong to their name, of course. So name. So I'm writing name. Age is not is required, but I'm writing for understanding purpose only. And when he or she has joined this university, so date of joining would be definitely. And next, I'm taking the simple concept like schools. Schools means department where he or she belongs. So all these are columns name, and respectively the data which belong to the these columns, they belong to the process data or actual data. So this is also known as the attributes. So what are the attributes by which the faculty database can be recognized? So here we have the student data, and next here we have the faculty data. If we are making a relationship between the student and faculty, so the integration is required. So there will be integration between these two data for making a relationship. Just like nowadays, now we are communicating. Okay, so this is what I'm choosing different color. Just yeah, student and faculty. This belong to the database because this is what this is the database is what is the definition of database? Database is a collection of
Related data.
so all the things we are belong to related data. Related data means we are following some relationship between these two different entities or database. So this is the database now we have created. Now we are integrated all these things. So instead of the one or two database, we can use the multiple or many databases. So we have the database system because in our database system we are having the many databases. Just like in our mobile, we are not having a single applications. We are having a many or more than the 20 or 30 applications. So all the applications are insidely related. Just like example, if I need to use call my friend, okay, if I need to use send a message to my friend by the WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is an application, but WhatsApp application will be synchronized with the our signal. That is the point. So how signal are receiving, that is to be handled by the other application internally, but how to pass the information by the WhatsApp. So there will be some relationship between the WhatsApp application and our signal. That is my point. So all these are under part into the our subsystem that is known as the mobile system. So inspired from the same concept, we have the database system. Now, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
So all these database systems, all these different features what we have studied, if we need to manage some software, some sort of the algorithm, some algorithm. Okay, and why algorithm is required? Because after creating, we have to modification maybe. We have to delete due to some unwanted reasons. So we have to delete particular database, of course. So suppose just like example, I have unwanted. I have created a database which belong to the floor or which belong to the room unnecessary, but it was not required. So I had to delete, I had to remove. Okay, or I can transform some different way. So I can update. I update of course. The student name, he belonged to the cyber security branch, but now he is not interested in cyber security. He is shifted into the cyber security gaming. So what is the reason? I need to update his roll number. So 19 BCG to 19 BCY. So this is the updation. Okay, or maybe the wire restriction I have the wrong type wrongly. So I need to update. So updation, deletion, modification, whatever you want to use, any kind of the operation you can use, just like the data structure operations. Okay, these are the normal operations. So same things we are doing with some algorithm, some software, and this is to be done by the database management system. And this is the first term we have seen the database management system. So what we have seen today's class, we have seen what is actually database, what we have to see actually, and what is actually database management system. Okay, so this is my point. Yes, tell me right now, any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Okay, so this is a definition. So just within the 1 minute, I'm just winding up my lecture. So let me just clarify the word. The database management system is a collection of the interrelated data and or set of the programs. Why set of the programs? Means we are talking about some software or algorithm to access those data. Or why accessibility is required? Updation could be, modification could be, some any kind of the manipulation if required, then we can. So accessibility is required. And the collection of data usually refer to the database. As I told you so many times, this summary of our lecture today and contain information relevant to the enterprise. Enterprise means any organization, of course, and not necessarily for enterprise. It's just like our mobile itself, mobile device itself is the enterprise, you can say. And the primary goal of the database management system to provide a way to store and retrieve the database information and is a both convenient and efficient. So definitely we have our mobile device, which is a better device in our pocket. So that is also pulling by the database management system. So this is just generalized definition we have to keep in mind. And no need to discuss again this point right now, the application, lots of the application. Banking, yes, of course, withdrawal, deposit, what we are doing, internet banking we are using, so banking is the best example. Airlines, of course, so when the flight will be low and so on. So we have the airlines, industry, universities, sales, marketing, finance, telecommunications, so lots of the application. But I have put it over here on the selected applications. So no need to discuss all these things because these are the our today's demanding application, or we are just around all these applications. Okay, so students, please keep in mind we are around all these applications, so no need to discuss more. Okay, when time permits, so one by one we will see, but this is only theoretical portion. Okay, so yes, tell me right now, any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay,